Hello everybody, this is Sensei Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Monkey Island. The last time you recall, we got stranded on Flotsam Island. We explored Flotsam Town and Flotsam Dock somewhat, and discovered that in order to get off this island, we are going to have to do 3 grand acts of piracy. We need to start a bar fight, steal a ship, and find a buried treasure. The bar fight we've got done. We're in the middle of trying to find the only treasure, which is obvious, which involves finding a rare action figure. The treasure hunter who gave us this map said that it wasn't any good, but I suspect we just have to be cleverer than him. A big ask, given Guybrush, but we might be able to pull it off helping him. But we gotta make one quick stop back in town before we do that. And I have really got to start remembering that I right-click to exit the menus rather than hitting escape. Because you'll note that we have this Pink Pajama Pierre action figure right here.
It's Pink Pajama Pierre, one of Doro's porcelain power pirate action figures.
And we have this cocktail sword right here.
It's a tiny Grogatini sword with an olive.
And I just think these two might work together.
Hey, what do you know? That little teeny sword fits right into Pierre's little teeny hand. He still doesn't look very fearsome, though. Even with a sword, Pink Pajama Pierre isn't going to scare anyone in those pink pajamas.
But when we walk back through the gate to town, it takes us to an overhead map, and,
Shortcut.
yeah. Discovered that this shortcut does not open until you've gone to the jungle screen once. Because I didn't try going this way the first time I played through this before filming. At any rate, we have this action figure here. We have a big vat of ink here, just waiting to be used.
Arr, Pink Pajama Pierre, you foiled me plans for the last time. Prepare to meet your maker in the even depths of the inky sea. Sacre bleu! Is this the end of Pink Pajama Pierre? I guess it's true. Black really is slimming. Nothing like a quick paint job and a dangerously pointy accessory to turn a sad, unwanted doll into an exciting ninja assassin.
So, we have that now, but what are we going to do with it?
Hey!
Well, you might have some ideas. But the game thinks of that. Because, yes, we could just give this counterfeit action figure to Doro and make his day. But what's the point in doing something so straightforward when we can do something much more infinitely convoluted? This is an adventure game, after all.
As happy as it'd make Doro to finally get his hands on a Dark Ninja Dave, or an unreasonable facsimile, I think it'd be a lot more newsworthy if he found it himself.
So yes, we are going to find this buried treasure site, plant the figure there, and then use Doro to our own exploitive ends. Because we're the bloody hero, and that's what we do in an adventure game. That still leaves us with the problem of making this map work. Because, let me tell you, this puzzle is a wee bit frustrating. And even by the standards of adventure games.
Curious.
Because you can wander around this map forever and go through a whole bunch of places, and you hear all of these sound effects every time you approach an exit. And you will note that these are different effects every time. You know, we have bees, we have monkeys.
That jungle sure is noisy.
And you get that prompt from Guybrush telling you, that, you know, practically holding your hand to say, the noises are a clue. So we look at where the adventure starts, or where the map starts. We've already started the adventure, but where our adventure with this map starts is what I'm getting at. And it looks like we've got a well or a flower pot of some type. And hey, here we go. So yeah, you might think that we would need to start at this point and listen to the bore noise and go in that direction. And you would be right, but there's one important step that isn't immediately clear. You'll note we see the hand holding the map, waving it over the well. We have to do that first. Otherwise, all the progress we make doesn't count.
I wish I were the mightiest pirate ever.
Arr, no!
Yikes.
I didn't even have to toss a coin in there. But just to show you, and because we do need to wander around the woods a bit anyway, you walk east and it takes us along most of the pathway, but the ending will not load properly unless you take that first step using the map with the well.
Smilin' stands young Miss Mini Bombs. All the punch of larger mini bombs packed into a smaller package for petite pirate hands. You know, I better just take all of them.
Because you can never have too many powerful explosives.
Curious.
Yeah, these pedestals are
That
making
oyster
me
shell
think
looks so empty without a pearl.
we need the Sunstone, Moonstone, and Worldstone from Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis.
That jungle sure is noisy.
So we had boar, monkey, bee. We can follow the bee noise, and it'll just take us back to the well at this point.
Curious.
Just randomly wandering the jungle will eventually lead you to one point of note.
Something about that shack shivers me timbers. Well, that's odd. Don't most weather vanes only have 4 wind directions?
What's the word?
I'm selling these fine leather jackets.
One of these days that will work outside of Indiana Jones and the Last
What's
Crusade.
the word?
Heel hauler.
Okay, so we can't do anything here yet.
According to this, it's Sunday, the 12th of Manatee.
Thankfully, the well is easy to find. You just go north from Doro. Alright, so having done pretty much everything we can do in the
These
jungle,
things could knock a pirate on his or her rear.
again, hinting as to who we're supposed to be using that for. But we will wave the magic map like so. Okay, so our first step is the boar.
So far, so good.
And we will get prompted if we're on the right path. And it'll automatically take us back to the well if we screw up. So it's boar, monkey, bee. And this time,
This looks promising.
this time the well is not here. So now it's monkey, boar,
Oh, dang.
Yep, like I said,
So
we
far,
screw
so
up.
good.
So it's boar, monkey, bee to start.
This looks promising.
Alright. So we need monkey, boar, bee.
So far, so good. This looks promising. That jungle sure is noisy.
Monkey, boar, bee, and then bird.
Wonder what sort of hideous sacrificial rites were performed on this ancient altar. Tastes like chicken.
Well, in case you're wondering, can't you just save the game and muddle through this with trial and error? Well, you can try. Okay, I swear, earlier it did not let me save the game while I was going through the maze.
Oh, dang. Looks like someone already dug up this treasure.
And we now have an X marks the spot. But maybe...
Dark Ninja Dave with killer katana cutlass waits stealthily for famed out-of-shape pirate hunter Joaquin D'Oro to find him.
Wait, where did I get that shovel from?
I hope no one notices that I've re-gifted this buried treasure spot.
Okay, so now we can return to the jungle entrance. Go back to Doro.
En garde! Hello again.
Stop doing that!
Great news, Doro! I think your map isn't a ripoff after all.
It isn't? But I never found anything with it.
You must have been reading it wrong. Here, follow me.
And X marks the spot.
See? I told you I could find it.
Whew. Well, I better start digging. I hope it's not as deep as the other ones. Madre de Dios! Dark Ninja Dave! With Killer Karate Katana! Dark Ninja Dave! Dark Ninja Dave! Finally! The full set of porcelain powered pirates is mine! All mine! Ow! I got dirt in my eye.
My ears deceive me, or did that portly pirate just dig up a buried treasure?
He sure did, with a little help from Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate.
Well, that's fantastic. We haven't had a good buried treasure story in weeks. I'd better catch up with that wheezy pirate before he has a coronary, or worse, starts talking to those boobs from the Times. Snappy pirating, Threepwood. Keep this up, and the secrets of Deep Gun will be all yours.
I do love how he has a press badge in his pirate hat. Neat little detail. And we now have buried treasure on our map, and we also have over here Creepy Shack. Well, we got one more thing we need to do. We have a ship to seize. And I think our trip through the jungle has given us the tools we need to do it, which is fortunate. But going through this, it occurs to me why a lot of people really didn't like this game and why I got so frustrated with it. It's that the old LucasArts games were built around the philosophy that if you got stuck on a puzzle, you could go somewhere else in the game world and work on something else until you could come back to stuff later. You would never get hamstrung just because you couldn't get past one particular event most of the time. Here, you have a very set order to things. You have to come over here, get the pass, go to Club 41, get the sword from there, then go to the jungle, then meet Dago. You know, the glass blower doesn't show up until later. So, you feel like you're kind of on rails with this adventure. But enough of this deep philosophical discussion, let's blow shit up.
Okay, now what?
Well, find something to do with that before it blows up.
A bomb with a burning fuse. Maybe I should get rid of it.
Now, he's probably going to be too clever for this.
Take that!
I'm sorry. What exactly was I supposed to be taking?
Never mind.
Yeah, unfortunately, Guybrush is a total wimp who cannot throw a bomb worth a darn.
It's a good thing Winslow's undies have so much crotchal support. No, don't, please.
You'll have to be a lot sneakier than that if you want to knock me off, lad.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
What? Clever boy. Well played, Master Threepwood. Or should I say, Captain Threepwood.
Captain?
Aye, now that you've bounced me off the screaming narwhal, you're officially its captain, until someone else comes along and knocks you off.
Sweet.
Aye, bloody well sweet it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some massive internal hemorrhaging to attend to. Congratulations!
I just got a tip there's some kind of one piracy going on around here.
Not just any wanton piracy. A genuine ship seizure committed by none other than Captain Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate. Guybrush is one word.
Wonderful! I could probably get a week's worth of stories out of this. You know, Threepwood, you've got spunk. Pirate spunk.
Ew.
Now why don't you take a walk with me back to the keel hauler? Tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Well, it all started back on Melee Island. And that's how I wound up here on Flotsam Island.
Well, I don't know how you did it, Seapwood, but thanks to you, I've got enough sordid swashbuckling stories to keep the Flotsam Keel Hauler Gazette afloat for months. That'll show those bozos over at the Times.
Yeah, that's, great. Now, about Deep Gut.
My pleasure, Threepwood. Sit tight while I make you a copy.
Copy?
Tammy, give me a copy of the Deep Gut file. Pronto. Right away, Mr. Nipperkin. Here you go, kid. Everything you need to know to contact Deep Gut. Don't let anyone know I gave this to you, okay? My editor will put me on deep cover in the obituary beat. Catch my drift?
Not really, but...
Great! Now, if you'll excuse me, Ace reporter Davey Nipperkin's got some headlines to grab.
Finally! Now I can ask this Deep Gut person how to get off this island and back to Elaine. Seems simple enough.
And looks like the wooden shack and deadline. course, saving the game automatically again. Seems to happen every time we come down this street after having just accomplished a mission. But because I'm paranoid, I'm going to save it myself.
What's the word?
You sound awfully familiar.
What's the word?
Deadline.
Welcome, Guybrush.
The voodoo lady! Boy, am I glad to see you. I've got so many questions.
There'll be time enough for questions later. But first, hand me the LeChuck Slayer.
The what?
The cursed cutlass of Kaflu. Now that LeChuck has been destroyed, the cutlass must be ritually dismantled in a soul-chilling voodoo ceremony to ensure that his evil never reawakens.
Yeah, about that.
And, I get the feeling that no matter what we say, we're going to have the same option here, so... let's be honest, I kind of had to ad-lib it.
I tried to destroy LeChuck with the cutlass, but I had to make some last-second substitutions, and there were some complications.
What manner of complications?
Well, the cutlass didn't so much annihilate LeChuck as it turned him human.
What?
I couldn't believe it either. Personally, I think it's a trick.
A human LeChuck. This is troubling.
Can you help me?
I'll do as much as the fates allow, but I fear that you will not like what I have to say.
I usually don't. You got anything for my hand?
Have you got anything for my hand? I think I may have picked up a rash somewhere.
Fascinating.
And itchy. Can you fix it?
No.
Then what in the name of Satan's comb-over are you good for, you bloated old sea hag?
What was that?
That was the pox of LeChuck.
Who the what now?
The pox of LeChuck. When your improperly enchanted cutlass turned LeChuck into a human, all the evil voodoo juju within him had to go somewhere. Were you touching him at the time?
I was. Does that explain the antisocial behavior and the crude gestures?
Yes. Some of LeChuck's evil has seeped into your hand.
Do you have a cure?
No, but I know where you can find one.
I feel a piratey quest coming on.
To eliminate the pox of LeChuck, you must seek out La Esponja Grande.
The big sponge?
La Esponja Grande is no ordinary sponge, Treepwood. It is a legendary sea sponge with incredible voodoo exfoliating abilities, capable of absorbing limitless quantities of voodoo mojo.
Where can I find it?
I have never seen it myself, but a former friend of mine, Coronado de Cava, spent many years searching for it. I last saw him in the Jerkbait Islands. Take this locket to him, and tell him I vouched for your character.
I'll get right on it after I find Elaine.
That would be unwise, Guybrush. The pox of LeChuck must be eliminated before it spreads.
Whatever.
Okay.
Can you tell me if Elaine is okay?
The view is hazy. Ask again later.
Later? But she could be in danger, or dead, or worse.
I only know what the spirits reveal, Guybrush Treepwood.
Can you help me get off Flotsam Island? I've got a ship, but it won't do me any good with these crazy winds.
I'm afraid the winds of Flotsam are controlled by forces beyond my control, Guybrush. Perhaps someone in town can help you.
Doubtful. I've already talked to all 3 people in the village.
Are you sure you can't help me get off Flotsam Island?
As I said, the mysteries of Flotsam are above my pay grade. Seek out others to assist you.
If you can't tell me about Elaine, can you at least tell me where LeChuck is?
Without a mark of the voodoo on him, LeChuck's whereabouts are a mystery to me.
What else can you tell me about the pox of LeChuck?
It's a creeping cloud of unstoppable evil, spreading LeChuck's accumulated vileness like a disease across the seas.
Ugh.
Even now, I can sense the pox wending its way to this very island.
Anything else you think I should know about this pox?
Only that it must be stopped, and that you are the only one who can stop it.
Assuming that I do go looking for La Esponja Grande after I get off this island, what else can you tell me about it?
It's a giant magical sea sponge capable of absorbing immense voodoo energies. If there's anything that can mop up all of LeChuck's evil mojo, it's the sponge.
Tell me more about this locket.
It was given to me by my friend, Coronado de Cava.
Why do you keep putting dramatic pauses around friend? Was Coronado...
Yes, he was my boyfriend.
Yes!
Icky.
Yes!
We met in the
He
Jerkbait
was
Islands
my
many years
boyfriend!
ago. I fell in love with his treasure-hunting mind and his beautiful eyes. He fell in love with my voodoo charms and my supple...
La 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 la, not listening!
like a volcano. But after several months of ocean-steaming passion, our love cooled after he became obsessed with the myth of La Esponja Grande. When we parted, he gave me that locket.
Sad. And disquietingly graphic.
Alright.
You know, you've been helping me out for years, and I still don't know your name.
Names have power, Guybrush Threepwood. Only a fool willingly gives it away.
Does my name have power?
Sure, why not?
Well, how'd you end up on Flotsam Island?
I go where I am needed.
So you're Deep Gut? Davy Nipperkin's source of off-island news?
Yes.
Why?
The price of a voodoo lifestyle is not merely spiritual, little pirate. It also requires a substantial financial commitment.
Well, this has been disturbing, but I've got an island to escape, a wife to find, and apparently a giant voodoo-sucking sponge to hunt.
May the fates guide you, Guybrush Threepwood.
Alright. Well, we got a new goal. And a creepy shack full of voodoo stuff to loot, but we will save that for next time. So thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you are so inclined. And we will continue the adventure from here next time. Take care until then.